I'm in Walthamstow on a bright and cold Saturday morning, and a huge crowd of people have turned out this morning to oppose the council's plans to redevelop the shopping centre and to build in the town square.
Well, they're proposing to build 4 blocks, one potentially in the Mall, which would be 29 stories high. Also, I mean, what is particularly distasteful is they're talking about building a tunnel like Canary Wharf to the tube station, which makes people think that the people who live in there won't even come out and mix with us. And it compounds this idea of social cleansing, of different types of people living side by side but never mixing. And it raises the whole question of class.
This square belongs to the residents of Waltham Forest, and the job of the council is to act on our behalf with regard to how it's managed and used by us, the owners. It's called local democracy. Who is Walthamstow for? Is it for the people who live here now, their descendants stretching forward into the future and others like them? Or is it for the Gordon geckos, with their briefcases and second homes out in the Shire, to use as a weekday dormitory that's an easy commute from their offices?
I've lived here since 1972 in Walthamstow, and when I arrived it was wonderful to move to a place with a great green area in the centre, which includes the area which is now under the bus depot. And it was a children's playground, a big one. There was a bowling green, huge trees everywhere, wonderful green space right in the heart of Walthamstow. Then they built on that, but they gave us a bit here instead, and now that seems to be under threat, and I'm very upset because it's a wonderful heart, breathing heart of this community.
It's not a new model, this model of so-called regeneration. I think something is happening. The penny is dropping as people see tower blocks go up, or they see facilities closing like libraries or old police stations, and then they see flats being built in what were what we would class as public services. So here we've got public land. In other areas it's maybe a library. And I think people are starting to realise that this model of regeneration doesn't actually produce the desired goods. It doesn't produce homes.
We've got 8,000 families registered as in housing need in this borough. Do you think any one of them is going to get one of those places? There's a rising number of homeless. Don't you see them in the doorways outside Tesco's? Do you think any one of those homeless are going to get one of those flats? But who'll benefit? Well, the speakers have said it's going to be rich investors. It's going to be property developers.
We believe that the councillors are out of sync with the ranks of the Labour Party, and we say to the councillors, come in line and reject these plans. Be part of this campaign to reject these plans, because the local community and the ranks of the Labour Party reject these plans. I give you Tom Taylor.
As a Labour Party, we are not opposed to regeneration in principle, but any such schemes must meet certain criteria. Firstly, they must prioritise the homeless in the borough. Any Labour council should be working to ensure not a single person is left homeless in their area. Secondly, that sufficient numbers of homes are built for social rent and are genuinely affordable.
After the passionate speeches, the crowd then formed a line marked out, which shows the scope of the redevelopment of the town square, to show the land that's going to be lost. And then people marched around the square chanting, "Whose square? Our square. Whose square? Our square." Not the catchiest and a bit repetitious, but I think, I think you get the point.
If we do nothing, 1/3 of our town square is going to be handed over to one of these, to one of the biggest development companies in the country, to build more shops and 4 outlandishly tall blocks of luxury flats.
People are starting to ask more questions about who these schemes really benefit. Do they benefit the local community, or do they mostly benefit the private developers?
To me, the London plan is the equivalent of the Highland clearances. It is going to be the mass demolition and acquisition of public land by private property developers, and this is just the start. Sadiq Khan has to withdraw that plan, because that's not about providing homes. That's about giving public land to private developers.
That we are prepared to do whatever it takes to stop these developers. But we can't do it on our own. We need you. We need every single one of you.
So, in conclusion, what we need to do, therefore, is to both revisit the plans and to develop and agree a sustainable community strategy in partnership with local people and their organisations, and that is what Leighton and Wanstead Labour Party is calling on the council to do, to revisit these plans, to stop the current proposals.
Together we've got to stop these property developers. And yes, we do want a Corbyn government committed to building 1 million homes.